So, I've got a question for all of you. What exactly makes a 3D Mario game a 3D Mario game? I'm pretty sure we can all agree that Super Mario 64 was an absolutely groundbreaking game for its time. It took the confused genre that was the 3D platformer and, well, gave it an identity. It set the standard for what a 3D platformer should be, with big expansive worlds that you were free to explore in whatever way you wanted. And it can be argued that its sequel, Super Mario Sunshine, took this concept and expanded on it, with fresh new worlds never before seen in a Mario game. And with the inclusion of FLUDD, it opened up a whole new way to explore these beautiful open worlds. This was the new standard for the series. The freedom to explore a world in any way you wanted. The only thing that was limiting your exploration was how well you, the player, could control Mario.
We will experience true freedom. We will not compromise. We will live the game through our hands. We will be in control of something. We will change the system.
And these games would probably be your answer to my question of what makes a game a 3D Mario game. But that's not where the 3D Mario series ended. 5 years had passed since the release of Super Mario Sunshine, and with Nintendo's next home console just over the horizon, we were all eagerly waiting for the next main series 3D Mario game. What new innovations for the genre would we get this time around? What new worlds would we get to explore? We got our answer during E3 2006 in the form of Super Mario Galaxy. Mario was back, and this time in space. Now, usually a series being set in space is a bad thing, and usually means we've jumped the shark at this point, but not with Mario. Space was such a logical place to set a 3D platformer. Space has no boundaries, and no boundaries means limitless possibilities for exploration. I mean, just think how huge these worlds must be, and just look at how beautiful they are. Fans and critics couldn't wait to play this new and exciting 3D Mario game. And finally, on November 1st, 2006, the wait was over. Now, to nobody's surprise, the game released to critical acclaim, but while the game was amazing and breathtaking with its visuals and fully orchestrated soundtrack, something with the gameplay just felt different. Not a bad kind of different, the game was an absolute thrill to play, but the game wasn't open like past games in the series. No longer were you only limited by how well you could control Mario, you were also limited by the game itself this time. In past 3D Mario games, each player's playthrough was unique. You didn't have to get the goal that the game presented to you. You were free to make your own goals. But with Mario Galaxy, you didn't have that freedom. You were restricted to how the game developers wanted you to experience these worlds. And that wasn't necessarily a bad thing. It was just a new way to experience Mario in 3D.
We would like to play.
Mario is out of this world. In Super Mario Galaxy, only for Wii. Rated E for everyone.
Three years later, we would get Super Mario Galaxy's sequel, Super Mario Galaxy 2. This game basically checked all the right boxes for what a video game sequel should be, mainly in the level design. Where the first Galaxy had large worlds with missions that forced you on a linear path, Galaxy 2's levels were designed to complement this more linear approach to Mario. Yeah, it was still linear, but it was still fun in the end, and that's all that mattered. Now, at this point in the series' history, it seemed like the definition of what a 3D Mario game was changed from a game that lets you have complete freedom to explore vast worlds to a mission-based linear 3D platformer where you collect stars. Getting to the goal was now more important than how you got to the goal. But that wouldn't stay true for very long. Just a year after Galaxy 2's release, we got the next installment in the 3D Mario series on Nintendo's next big portable system, the Nintendo 3DS. And that game was Super Mario 3D Land. 3D Land changed the formula for the series again by incorporating aspects of Mario's 2D adventures into the game. The games were still linear, just like the Galaxy series, but collectible power stars were nowhere to be seen in this game. Instead, levels were designed to replicate the feeling of 2D Mario levels in 3D. And I felt like this was such a neat idea to blend both 2D Mario and 3D Mario together in this way. And fans and critics seem to agree with this opinion, with the game becoming one of the best-selling games on the system with 11 million copies sold. Now, while fans loved this new take on Mario, we all still wanted that next big grand sequel to Super Mario Galaxy 2. We wanted exploration back. But instead, we got a direct sequel to this game in 2013 called Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U.
Super Mario 3D World!
The game was critically acclaimed, but this game just made things confusing. Was this the future for 3D Mario? Was this the new standard for the series? Don't get me wrong, I love this game, it's one of my favorite Wii U games of all time, but I think we can all agree that this game was, well, kind of underwhelming. Going from this to this just kind of felt like a downgrade. Gone were the huge expansive levels that we were free to explore. Gone were the collectible power stars at the end of each level. It just started to feel like with each new iteration to the 3D Mario series, more and more was taken away from us. We started out with complete freedom to explore, and now we're stuck with little to no exploration at all. Mario games were just starting to get less exciting. It was starting to seem like Nintendo had forgotten what made Super Mario 64 so magical. That is, until now. Super Mario Odyssey brought back what made Super Mario 64 so magical in 1996. Nintendo finally broke down the boundaries and gave us the keys to these huge playgrounds. With even more to collect and see, this game set another standard for what a modern 3D platformer should be. But going back to my original question, what exactly makes a 3D Mario game a 3D Mario game? When I say the term 3D Mario, everyone's mind probably springs to Mario 64 or even Mario Galaxy, but those games don't define the series as a whole anymore. The Mario series has been constantly evolving and changing over the years. What started out as a fully open 3D platformer eventually turned into a fully linear 3D platformer, and then back again. So, to answer my question, well, there really isn't an answer, and that's the magic of this series. The games are always coming up with unique ways for us to play and explore. Who knows what's to come for the series? Nintendo always loves to surprise us, and that's what keeps us coming back to the Mushroom Kingdom time and time again. But what do you think makes a 3D Mario game a 3D Mario game? Do you like that the series is constantly changing? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like this video. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of Mario Odyssey to catch up on. Thanks for watching.
A new romance, a new world's calling out.